Your car is not worth what you think it's worth. It is not 2021 anymore, and prices have come down. The sky is falling, prices are crashing, right? Not true, but in today's video, I'm gonna explain to you what has happened to the value of your cars. What are your repossession options? That's not probably your option, but it is some people's options. The prices have come down and people overpaid for way too long. And the market has officially changed, and in today's video, I'm gonna explain what has happened, what is going on in the market. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. Manufacturers are ramping up production again. There is no supply shortage. And to be quite honest with you, interest rates killed everything. It killed houses, it killed cars, it killed spending, it killed everything. And that is the moral of today's video. Hey, check it out, a McLaren and an Audi R8. So what happened in 2020, 2021, and even into 2022, there was chip shortages, there was labor shortages. Their manufacturers weren't able to produce enough vehicles to keep up with demand, so there was low supply, there was high demand, increased prices. People couldn't buy new cars, so they started buying used cars, more newer used cars. So because of that, there was a shortage and prices went up. I've made videos about this over and over again. Wow, that jet is really loud. Well, now manufacturers are ramping up production. I mean, GM isn't putting out as many vehicles, and everyone's kind of going to that Tesla model, which absolutely will be the future, and used car dealers and new car dealers are going to die. Like, manufacturers don't even want the car dealers. You can buy them right online and have them shipped to the pickup location just like Tesla. That is going to be our future. But anyway, now that the manufacturers are making more vehicles, like that Ford Lightning had a 2-year wait, and when mine came available, which I didn't buy, I can just buy them. I can just go buy one now. I don't even need to wait in a 2-year list anymore. So because of that, prices have regulated. Stop paying market adjustment. You do not need to be paying market adjustments. That is not a thing anymore. So if you go to a dealer that's charging a market adjustment, go to another dealer. All right, they're taking advantage of you. It's ridiculous. Also, a friend of mine, fellow YouTuber Car Edge, used to be Your Auto Advocate. Zach does a bunch of videos about this stuff, so you can find how long cars have been sitting. This isn't even a paid promotion, so freebie to Zach at Car Edge. You can go and find out how long cars have been sitting and waiting on people's lots and negotiate that way. Now, forget that the manufacturers are ramping up production again. People just aren't buying. People were keeping their cars longer because car prices were more expensive. And now, people have the cars they want, and a lot of people have overpaid, way overpaid for their cars, which is what I'm talking about right now. It is not 2021. It is not 2020. Your car isn't worth what it used to be. The values have come down tremendously. I have cars sitting on my lot. I hate to say this, 6, 7, 8 months. I have some Ford Expeditions that I bought for what I thought was a great deal when I knew prices were coming down. Now I'm lucky if I get what I paid for them, and they're just sitting there tying up tons and tons of cash. So there are cars sitting on dealers' lots for way too long because they overpaid. And in the past year, the market has completely changed to what it was a year ago, which is helping put you as a consumer back in the driver's seat. You can negotiate a little bit more. I'm more flexible. For a long time, I was saying, hey, check it out, a Land Cruiser. 2000 Land Cruiser with 223,000 miles. I'm in Florida right now. There's no rust. I live in New England. There's always rust. That is a great looking Land Cruiser. They're worth a ton of money where I live. So because dealers have cars sitting on their lot, they might own them for too much. Like myself, I own a few vehicles for way too much money. And now I'm ready to just clearance them. Whatever I get, so I can move them and then move on with more cars that I can make money on, because I'm not making money on these Expeditions or whatever else I've had for too long. Now I own my inventory, so it's not killing me to have 2 Ford Expeditions on my lot for 8 months, which is just like Beetleheaded. What movie is that from? I'll be blown away if somebody knows what Beetleheaded is from. But that is just stupid. It's bad business to have a car sitting for that long. It's tying up probably 30, 40 grand, more than 30. It's probably tying up 40 grand. Most dealers have lines of credit. They have floor plans. A floor plan is like the bank lends you money. I want to buy this Honda Odyssey, right? I might not have 20,000, so I write a check from my floor plan, or I put it on my floor plan, which is a line of credit. You pay a fee to buy it, you pay a fee halfway through, and you pay a fee when you sell it, plus interest is what's killing me. So not me, dealers. Now, I had told you about auto loans and interest. I'll get to that in a minute. Dealer interest on their lines of credit, on their floor plans. That 2 years ago, interest rates were low. That Honda Odyssey would be cheap for me to buy and not use my money and then sell, and then pay off the interest, pay off the line of credit. Now, interest rates are 10%. That's a killer. And then if you have, for it to sit for 6, 8 months, that will kill a dealer. So you can't be doing that. So now those dealers need to get out of their floor plans. They need to liquidate. They need to move on. That is good for you as a consumer. What is bad for you as a consumer? If you bought a car in 2020, 2021, 2022, you absolutely 100% overpaid for your vehicle. And now the market has changed and prices have come down. But the problem is most people have loans. They finance their car. So they have a $25,000 loan on a $15,000 vehicle, which is what are your options in this point? You get it repossessed, you sell it, and you pay the $10,000 out of pocket. That's essentially the only two options. Or you keep it and you just keep it for the life of the loan, and then you sell it when you're done. Those are actually your three options, and that is it. But your car is not worth what you think it's worth, and that's the hardest part about having a car dealership, having people trading cars. I'm constantly getting people saying, I want to trade in this car. Good, do you owe anything on it? Yeah, I do. And then find out they owe like $7,000 more than it's worth, and then they're pissed at me when I say, hey, it's not worth that anymore. They get really pissed at me, really upset. It's not my fault. Like, the market was the market. I told people for a long time, stop buying cars. I own a car dealership, and I was telling people, stop buying cars. You're overpaying. The market is too high. You gotta buy cars. You gotta overpay. Unfortunately, that's what it was. Hey, a Trans Am over there. What's that Disney movie where it's like, ooh, squirrel? That is me. I get distracted very easily, and now I forget what I was talking about. So people overpaid for their cars. They own their car for too much. It is not the dealer's problem. And your only two options right now are to give it back to the bank for a voluntary foreclosure, for a voluntary repo, which isn't a good thing. It's going to 100% go against your credit, and the bank is gonna bring it to the auction, and whatever I pay for it is what they sell it for. And then the difference between what you owe and what I buy it for, you're still on the hook as the previous owner, as the financer for that car. You're still on the hook for like whatever the difference is. So a voluntary repo isn't that great, and it's gonna show up on your credit terribly. And when interest rates are high, your interest rate's gonna be even higher because you have low credit because of the repossession. The other option, trade it in, take the hit, pay out of pocket the difference. Let's see, this is a 2002 Pontiac Firebird, 6-cylinder. Nah. If you owe too much for that vehicle, you pay out of pocket. So if you're $5,000 in negative equity, you show up, you trade in your car, you pay the balance that you've overpaid on your car that you owe, which is the negative equity, and then you're out, you're done. Just suck it up and pay for it. I'm gonna do a favor. Somebody left the hazards on in this car at the auction. It's gonna kill the battery. Now, the battery won't die. So you're welcome to whoever owns this car. Pay out of pocket, it's done. Like, suck it up, it sucks, but it's over with. Move on. We're out of this like rut where the cars were too expensive. Number 2, or number 3 maybe, you roll your negative equity into your next vehicle. So let's say you're buying a car for $20,000, you owe $10,000 on your car, it's worth $7,000, there's $3,000 of negative equity. Well, this car you're buying for $20,000, you'd actually finance it for $23,000. I hope that makes sense to you. So you're buying the car for $23,000 instead of $20,000. The dealer can take that additional $3,000 and pay off the extra negative equity on your vehicle. So they'll pay the entire loan off. They'll pay the $7,000 that they're trading it in for, and they made an extra $3,000. Didn't make. They got an extra $3,000 to go pay off the entire loan balance. Now you're out of that vehicle, but you own your car, your new car, for $3,000 more. So you're kind of just, it's called rolling. You're just rolling that negative equity into your next loan, which still stinks, but it's a way out. The other option is to sell it retail yourself, which I'm telling you right now is a lot of work. It is a gigantic pain. But if you're trading in a car to me, I'm gonna give you trade-in value. So I'm not gonna be able to give you all the money. I'm gonna have to get it for trade-in because I have to buy it, clean it, fix it, recondition it, and then market it and then sell it. It costs a lot of money, and that's why we don't pay retail for things. We buy trade-in or wholesale. So we buy it for less so we can sell it for more so we can make money. If you sell it yourself, you clean it, you fix it, you sell it, you'll make more money. That will help you out. But it is a lot of work. Dealing with the public is a pain in the butt. I'm just giving you a warning, but that might be your better option. Next option, just keep it, suck it up. You own the car, keep it. The repairs you have monthly or bi-monthly, whatever, are going to be less than a higher car payment on a new car anyway. Just drive it until the thing dies and then get a new auto loan. Those are your options. But just know that the car market isn't what you think it is, and your car isn't worth what you think it is or want it to be. And it's not my fault, and it's definitely not your fault. It's just the world we live in, and the market has changed, which for the good. It's changed for the good. Like, things are overpriced, and it's nice to see the prices are coming back to normal, and we're not overpaying and not getting taken advantage of, both by me, like, wait, I said that wrong, both me and you. Like, when I was buying them at auction, I was overpaying. When I was selling them, you were overpaying. It's not like I was making more money, it's just that we were all overpaying. Hope this video was informative. If it was, there's a thumbs up button right here. Tell me your comments. Do you owe anything on your car? Do you owe too much on your car? Did you get out of it? And if so, how? Was it a way that I didn't mention? Tell me in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Adios.